Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the introduction for Project Level Up 2025. Project Level Up was created by Sophie Alexandra, and it's one of my very favorite project pans to watch others do. I have not been the most successful with this project and wasn't sure if I wanted to do it this year, but after seeing so many introductions already this month, I decided, why not? I don't need to put that much pressure on myself. I can just have fun with it, and since I love watching it so much, I might as well randomize a palette too. So Project Level Up, you randomize a palette, and if you're on level 1, you use every shade in that palette one time and hit one pan. And then as you move through the levels, it becomes more difficult because you need to increase the number of pans to hit as well as the number of uses per eyeshadow. I have a wheel set up on Tiny Decisions, and I do foresee myself only going to level 3 and resetting if I'm even successful in completing level 3 this year. I really struggle with panning eyeshadows because I'm so light-handed, and I'm also participating in Pan Those Eyeshadows, so we'll just see how I get along. I wanted to participate anyways. My goal with my palettes will obviously be to hit pan and increase my pan percentage, but I will allow myself to roll out a palette if I have used the required number of shades at least 25 times, and if I still haven't hit pan after 25 uses, then I can use that opportunity to move on. I did not film a finale for Project Level Up or No Pan Left Behind, actually many of my projects from last year, so we're just going to move right on from that. And I feel like that was enough explanation. I do have my Tiny Decisions wheel. I have reset it. I believe I have added everything I needed to add, as well as removed the palettes I decluttered at the end of last year. But obviously we might come upon a couple of mistakes, and if a palette is already in a different project, then obviously that's not going to work either. Let's just randomize. A BYOP 9 pan. Okay. So I was inspired to do this prompt by Caitlin Costello, but this was for her No Pan Left Behind, but I feel like I can make this work for Project Level Up Level 1. So what I'm going to do is find a list of all of my single eyeshadows, and we are going to randomly generate 9 of them, put them all together in this random little color story. I'll have to use every single shadow once and hit one pan in my single eyeshadows. I think this will actually work out fantastic. A little bit convoluted and not what I was expecting at all, but I'm kind of into it. Okay, this is a bit crazy, but I went into my makeup inventory spreadsheet and all of my individual and eyeshadow singles. Obviously, if it's an individual shadow, it's not going to be magnetic to fit in the pan, but they get severely neglected anyway. So I'm just having all of my random bits and bobs of eyeshadows. So I have in the numbers 602 to 694. I have 92 individual eyeshadows, and we're going to randomize 9 numbers. This is kind of crazy. So 664. And they are eligible even if they already have a pan, because then I just need to use it the once. 628, 692, 609, 44, 611, and 75. 627 in 692. We already got 692. Okay, I'm going to figure out what these single shadows are, build a little BYOP, and then I'll meet you right back here. This is so unexpected and amazing. I'm really excited about the shades that were chosen, and I'm really looking forward to using this as a BYOP and hitting one pan. I'm going to show you shade by shade what was drawn in. At the end, I'll give you a close-up of my BYOP as well as swatching the full palette for you. Better than, I don't have autofocus on my camera, so that's besides the point. I have a good mix of like really old, neglected eyeshadows along with some newer, more special shades. There might be a few shades in here that I would be willing to declutter. I might discover that they have expired, and I'm just looking forward to getting use on all of these. The first number drawn in was from Coastal Scents, and this is the shade Cornflower Blue. This color story is like perfect for this time of year as well. This is a very like January or maybe even like April showers kind of blue. I have been wearing a lot of blue looks. This is like teetering on periwinkle. Like there's a little bit of purple in here, but really it's kind of that like dusty, cloudy blue. You know what I mean? I'm excited to get use out of this. Next up is a really old shade that again is neglected. This is from MAC Cosmetics and it is the shade Nylon. This is a wonderful like icy vanilla type of inner corner shade. It has a bit of a yellowy undertone. I really love this shade, but it doesn't get enough use. A newer shade and one that is very special in my collection. Special as in like it's kind of that multi-chrome type of eyeshadow, comes from Fantasy Cosmetica, and this is the shade Frederick. I believe this came in the Cradled in Ice collection. I did receive this particular eyeshadow in PR and I can't wait to use this. I feel like it really would have went with my look today. I feel like there are maybe just 2 or 3 looks I'll need to create to get my usage on all these shades. Next is an individual shadow. Like I said, I did include my individual shadows just because they're so neglected in my collection. What's the harm of using it one time rather than a different single? This is the NYX Prismatic eyeshadow in the shade 5 Mermaid. I did use all my individual shadows last year in No Pan Left Behind, but I'm happy to get another use on this. This is kind of a bluish green sheer topper kind of shade. Not a favorite, but it is beautiful, so I decided to keep it in my collection. Next up is one of the very oldest eyeshadows in my entire collection. This comes from Makeup Geek and is the shade Unexpected. It is a matte mauve shade. There is already a little bit of a dip going in this shade, so this might be a focus for me. We shall see. I think I'm going to try and use a couple of these shades more than once. We'll see what I'm feeling. Another very old individual eyeshadow, the Body Shop Color Crush Shadow in the shade 201 Melt My Heart. I believe I had a goal to hit pan on this in a project a long time ago. As you can see, there is a dip in this. It's just a neutral shimmer, but the formula in here is actually really good. I was shocked that it still held up after so many years when I used it last year in No Pan Left Behind. So this is a good contender for hitting pan in as well. And I feel like this, I don't know, it would be a good work shade. I mean, so would Unexpected, so I don't know what I'm choosing yet. 3 more shades to go from M Cosmetics. I have one of their shimmers. This is in the shade Hawaii. This is similar to Mermaid, but much more impactful. Maybe I can use like Mermaid on the inner corner and this all over the lid for a look to knock out both eyeshadows in one look. They give me more summer vibes, but that's okay. I'm excited to get used to this. I love the M Cosmetics eyeshadows. And lastly, we have two very old Ofra singles. I believe like 6 of these singles came in BoxyCharm at one time. The 8th shade is, I just have it in as Ofra Black. I don't know if these have actual shade names. And the 9th shade that was randomized was the gray shade that came in that pack of 6 shadows. So these are not very exciting, but they are definitely very like utilitarian kind of shades. I should be able to incorporate them as either deepening up shades or as liner, so it won't be too hard to use these one time each. But these are pretty old and I don't remember them being the best of quality to begin with, so if they don't perform very well, I'd be willing to declutter these, which is also a good thing to discover. So these are what my single shadows look like. Obviously we have 2 individual shadows that go here, but doesn't this look like such a good wintry color story? I'm actually really looking forward to this. As I've kind of been talking through with you, there are 2 shades that I have my eye on for the ones I'd like to hit pan on. The one that is the oldest and I don't know, one that I in my mind like more theoretically is the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Unexpected. As I said, it's one of the oldest eyeshadows in my collection and I love my Makeup Geek singles, and I did include them in my 25 to pan in 2025. I wanted to show more pans on my Makeup Geek singles, so I feel like this is a good choice. However, it is a matte, so that makes me a little bit nervous. There is a dip started in here already. And the other contender is this Body Shop single. I feel like this wouldn't set me up for success in that I don't reach for my singles all that much. And I'd be worried that this would get lost in my drawer, even though I feel that this very neutral shimmer that already has a dip in it would take fewer uses to reach that pan, but it still might end up taking me longer, if that makes sense. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. So this project pan introduction definitely took a bit of a weird turn. I wasn't expecting that at all, and I think I'm going to keep this prompt on my wheel because it was just so much fun to randomize 9 singles, because really otherwise they would not be getting much use from me at all. And I think having this little customized palette will be really fun for me. I would love to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below and your opinion on what eyeshadow you think I can hit pan on first. I love chatting with you guys. Thank you so much to Sophie Alexandra for creating this project pan. I absolutely love watching it, and like today, it encourages me to rotate through my collection better. So to recap, I must use each of these 9 eyeshadows one time and hit one pan amongst this selection, and I'm excited. Also, let me know if you want to see monthly updates even if I don't have a pan ready, or if you just like me to come back on when I'm ready to randomize a new palette. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!